So in this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the best tips, tricks, and FYIs I've learned from my hundreds of in-game hours. Because, let's face it, surviving the zombie apocalypse is hard enough. You shouldn't have to fight your controls too. My goal is to help new handheld survivors jump straight into the action without wasting days scavenging through settings menus. And trust me, once you've got Zomboid running smoothly on the Legion Go, it's like discovering that your apocalypse bunker has Wi-Fi. It just changes everything. So, grab your crowbars and baseball bats and let's dive in. Okay, so first, you should be aware that there are button prompts in-game to help you get started. See that there? But they don't cover everything. Some of it is very intuitive and some not so much, but I've come to really enjoy playing the game handheld while relaxing on the couch and waiting for my imminent death. Let's start with the analog sticks. I find the twin stick setup to be a huge advantage of controller play, making gameplay movement fully analog as opposed to the WASD keyboard controls. The left analog stick is for moving your character. Pressing the left analog stick toggles sneaking and crouching. Pressing and holding the left stick toggles on a radial menu, giving you several movement options. The right analog stick is used for looking around without moving and will activate combat stance. Similar to holding the right click on a mouse if you're playing on a computer. Pressing either trigger while in combat stance will allow you to fight. The left trigger acts as the spacebar if you're playing keyboard and mouse, allowing you to push and stomp. The right trigger acts like the left click if you're playing keyboard and mouse, allowing you to attack barehanded if, again, unarmed, but also allowing you to swing a weapon if you have one equipped. A is a confirm button and quick interact button used to set up menu items, open doors, enter vehicles, turn on light switches and ovens, and etc. B is used to cancel out of menu items. It can also be used to climb through windows and fences. Be careful, however, that you don't accidentally hit B next to a closed window, as that will instruct your character to smash the window. X opens up the context menu. Similar to right-clicking on a mouse if you're playing on a computer, but only for containers that are right in front of you. Finally, the Y button toggles on your inventory interface. A and B still serve as confirm and cancel buttons, but pressing B also expands an item's listing. The D-pad is used to navigate the inventory panels. Press the left bumper to switch between your bags. The right bumper is used to switch between surrounding containers. X is a shortcut to transfer items from containers to your inventory and vice versa. I can't go anywhere without my straw hat. The scroll wheel on the back of the controller will help you scroll through menus if you need. Some folks don't like the inventory interface, which may feel cumbersome if you're trying to transfer multiple items, but I say no need to rush. It's the end of the world. This is how you died. Take some time to enjoy it. The interface also takes up a large portion of the screen in comparison to using the keyboard and mouse. You can use the touchscreen function of the Legion Go to resize these windows, but they will reset every time you load the game in. Speaking of, don't forget about the touchscreen function. You do have the option to click on things in the world for more ease of gameplay. I sometimes use the touchscreen to help navigate building or crafting menus, or if I'm using certain mods that need a click function. Radial menus in Project Zomboid are the biggest difference from playing on the computer that I had to investigate. And yes, it took a lot of combing through Reddit threads and trial and error to figure out where to find each menu, but once I got used to it, it enhanced my gameplay. You can access the weapons menu by holding down the left directional button. The right D-pad button opens up a menu for map options. Down on the D-pad is for social interactions. I read somewhere that hitting the shout command when you're around a group of zombies gives you the Nox virus antidote. Give it a shot. Up on the D-pad opens up the menu for vehicle interactions. You must be near a vehicle to activate this radial menu. And the options available to you will change based on what vehicle you're around. Once you're in the vehicle, the right trigger will accelerate, the left trigger will brake and reverse. B will operate the handbrake for some sick drifting, And holding the right analog stick while pressing the right trigger will allow you to fire a weapon, but you also have to use that trigger to drive, so it can be a little cumbersome to try and perform a drive-by. The menu button brings up the pause menu. The View button opens up a menu for various functions, including the player info panel to check your stats, the crafting menu, zoom and fast forward functions, toggling foraging, and moving furniture. A quick sidebar about moving furniture. When placing an item, you will use the directional buttons to choose a tile to place the item in. You can also rotate the item in this tile. One last side note on operating televisions and radios. When you bring up the menu for a television and radio, follow the on-screen instructions for navigating the menu, increasing and decreasing the volume, and changing the channels. These are basic controls that get you started playing in Project Zomboid on the Legion Go. If you'd like to follow my handheld adventures, give a like and subscribe, or leave a comment of more content you'd like to see on this channel. Until then, I've got to get back to work. Bookbag Gamer, out.